Jordan sending a letter to FBI Director Christopher Wray requesting interviews from 16 employees to investigate the Bureau's collusion with big tech. Joining me right now is NetChoice Vice President and General Counsel and Professor of Internet Law at George Mason University. Carl Szabo is here. Carl, what's your reaction? Good morning to you.
Yeah, thanks for having me back. As I said previously, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Representative Jordan is going to keep digging and digging and digging to get to the bottom of how our own government has acted against the American people. Let's remember, the past 2 years, we have been in complete lockdown, and all the lives that were destroyed and ruined because of COVID. So at the end of the day, what was this about? This was about government control of American people. This was about social re-engineering. And Elon Musk, with the Twitter files, has actually given us not only an idea about what we thought, but has provided us with the actual evidence of how our own government has colluded and coerced social media platforms to suppress the important discussions that we all needed to have on lab leak, on masks, on reopening schools. And that's what this investigation is really going to get to the heart of.
Yeah, I know, but Carl, it's not just about that. Let's face it. There were up to 1,000 people in government throughout many different agencies working with social media companies, and 80 people just in the FBI tasked to Twitter, where they were suppressing truth and they were putting out lies. And as a result of that, it created a massive division within our country. I'm not just talking about COVID. I'm talking about the Russia collusion lie, the Hunter Biden laptop. Yes, of course, COVID-19, the origins of COVID, another issue, not just what we were doing in terms of masks, et cetera. I mean, this has been a whole government approach to interfere in elections. No?
I absolutely agree with what you just said. I mean, look at what the Attorney General just said the other day, where they're unwilling to prosecute or unable to prosecute attacks at pregnancy centers, yet they are more than happy to arrest people protesting outside of abortion clinics. So what you're seeing is kind of a justice for thee, not justice for me, and that's the exact fundamental problem. That's the importance of this investigation, which is going to focus on how our government has worked against us. But simultaneously, we need legislation with teeth, which the Judiciary Committee is working on. And simultaneously, you heard Jim Jordan talk about it, the power of the purse. We need to start reining in the money that these administration agencies are getting and controlling and making sure that every dollar of taxpayer money spent works for all Americans, not just a political party.
Yeah, I mean, look, what gets me is the fact that you've got all of these people going into politics rather than fighting off the real enemy and the adversary, which is Communist China. Some senators are pushing to ban the Chinese-owned app TikTok by blocking foreign-owned tech posing a national security threat, Carl. You know, isn't it amazing to you that we all can't agree on the same issues? Why would the government be interfering in elections rather than fighting off the CCP?
You know, it's a great question. So we have laws on the books today that forbid foreign interference in our elections. But are we actually prosecuting them? You've talked time and time again on how this administration is incredibly weak on China. And whether that's integrated with Hunter Biden or something else that's getting to it. And what really concerns me, though, is when we hear the government saying they are going to ban access to information. And while TikTok, may be a concern, the idea of banning something is something you see in authoritarian regimes. Because I could see my home state of Maryland coming out and saying we're going to ban Truth Social because it could be responsible for another January 6th. And that's the real threat there.
Wow. Unbelievable. That is really incredible. Carl, thanks very much. Carl Szabo joining us this morning. We'll keep watching that. A page right out of the CCP's playbook, by the way. Quick break, and then rising costs of car payments and interest rates are far from over, going higher. Fox Business's Jerry Willis live.